Hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Martinez, and I am a pre-health and pre-law advisor at UCF. And today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more about our advising office and how we can help you along your way of becoming a competitive applicant to health professional schools. So this is going to be a little bit of a forward-thinking type of presentation. Right now, you are just coming into UCF. Welcome, by the way. And our office is really geared to help advise you through the strategy of these next 4 to 2 years, depending on how much time you'll be here, to get to your desire of going to your health professional school post graduation from UCF. So today we'll be talking about our advising services that we offer. But I do want to start off by also mentioning the difference between our advising office and your major advising office. So at UCF, you will have almost a panel of advisors that you'll work with to help you get through this college experience. And your major advisor, whether that's biomedical sciences or health sciences or biology or any other major, their goal is really to help you progress through your degree plan, making sure that you're taking the right classes to graduate on time and to successfully complete whatever degree you've chosen to complete, and policies and procedures related to that. Our office with pre-health and pre-law advising, we are separate from your major advisor, and we are open to advising students of all majors that are applying to health professional schools post-graduation from UCF. So we advise on the extra components, so extracurricular activities that you need, the prerequisites that you need in order to apply to these programs, the tests that you have to take in order to apply. So we're kind of a supplemental advising office, and we work together with your major advisors in order to help you, again, become the most competitive applicant to health professional schools. So that kind of begs the question, what are these pre-health professions that we're talking about? And our office specifically advises on these 12. So there's medical school up here at the top, medical school, MD, and osteopathic medicine, which is DO. So there's two different types of schools there. So pre-med students, pre-dental students, pre-PA students, pre-physical therapy students, pre-pharmacy, pre-veterinary, pre-optometry, pre-occupational therapy, pre-podiatry, pre-chiropractic, and pre-public health. So that's kind of the scope of advising that our office covers. So if you're interested in pursuing any of these professions in your career, we would definitely recommend that you stop by our office, or during this time, if we're still remote, calling our office or sending us an email to schedule a remote appointment with you. And you can do that on our website. So one of the first things I recommend is going to our phpladvising.ucf.edu, which is our office's webpage. On the very front page, there are a couple things. One of the most important things for you is going to be this registration page. So you can kind of self-declare which professions you're interested in. That gets you added to our email list. So as we start having events, we host a lot of workshops and webinars, as well as push out a lot of information that's helpful to you and for these related professions. So it would be a good idea to go ahead and get yourself on this type of listserv. There's also several other helpful things on our website. Our social media is listed there. So across the top on our homepage, we have an Instagram account, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So go ahead and follow us on there to stay up to date with things that we're offering. And then you can explore the other services and information that we have as well. So path to pre-professional school. So this is going to be a little bit of a story that I want you to engage in with me. So close your eyes and clear your mind. I want you to picture your journey to health professional school from this exact moment moving forward. And I want you to envision an actual long road in front of you. Maybe the road is paved or gravel or straight or curved. At the end of that long road is a future version of you, and you are sitting in your first class in a health professional school. Now on your road, imagine that I put a large mountain between the current you and the future you sitting in that first health professional school class. To get to that class, you will need to climb the mountain all the way to the top and all the way down the other side. And it's only at the bottom of the other side that you'll find yourself in that first medical school or professional school class. Now open your eyes. That mountain in front of you represents what we call the climb. The climb represents all of the hard science classes you have to take, all of the long nights of studying, multiple extracurricular activities you must engage in, and the stress of trying to balance everything you need to do between now and then in order to make yourself the strongest possible applicant you can be when it's time to apply to these health professional programs. So now imagine that as you're on this mountain, you have people all around you ready and willing to help you climb. But all you have to do is reach out to them and ask for help. All of those people around you are your professors and your advisors that will be here with you at UCF. And it is our job to help you, and we want to help you. All you have to do is reach out and ask us. So in the next couple of slides, we're going to discuss the things that you can do now to prepare for the climb, things that you're going to need to do while you climb, and some of the specific services that our office offers to help you during the process. So during the climb, the four major things that are really going to be important to you during this time are your academics, extracurricular activities, having perseverance, and having passion. So this is definitely going to be a very long road, and we are here to help, but ultimately you're going to be the one kind of making all this stuff happen. So this diagram really kind of shows the inside of the box, things that are foundational to being a competitive applicant, and then the outside of the box, which are kind of extra interesting, unique things that make you you when it comes to setting you apart in the process. So what I'm going to focus on now is kind of inside of the box categories. So a competitive GPA for professional school programs, health professions, are typically a 3.5 or higher. And that's your overall GPA as well as your science GPA. So professional schools will take all of your science classes separate and recalculate an individual GPA just for the sciences to kind of see how well you performed academically in those science rigor courses. Both of those should be around a 3.5. Additionally, medical schools are looking for a GPA closer to a 3.7. So for those of you that are pre-med, your standards should be just slightly higher. You will also need to take an admissions test in order to be competitive for these programs or to apply for them. That will vary depending on which profession you're applying to, but you will need to get a good score on that. That would be the MCAT for medical school students, the DAT for dental students, the GRE for PA, PT, OT, etc. And there's a couple of more out there, but those are some of the big ones. And then on top of that, you will also need to do several extracurricular activities. So those are the next bullets kind of following from there. Health-related community service, non-health related community service, shadowing, leadership, and research specifically for medical students. So that's kind of the foundation to what it takes to be a competitive applicant. So through all that, having that perseverance, having that passion is going to be essential to getting you through this process. So what else do you need to be successful on this climb? Motivation. So very similar to passion, something needs to be driving you to this profession. You have to want it. It's going to be not a sprint, but it's going to be a marathon of getting accepted into a program and being competitive when you apply. So having something that continues to motivate you is going to be vital. Having strong study skills is going to be also very important. So being at UCF may be different than other institutions that you've been to if you're transferring or if you're first time in college. This is going to be a new experience for you. So you might have to evaluate how you're studying within this first semester and see if what you're doing is getting the results that you want. And we do have resources in our office as well as SARC, the Student Academic Resource Center, to help you improve your study skills. So don't think that this is something that can't be learned. Studying is definitely a learned technique. People aren't just natural studiers. We are typically natural learners. We're made to learn. Our brains are created to learn. But the art of studying can be developed over time. And we encourage you to be intentional about that and make use of our office and the Student Academic Resource Center to help you with that if you need to. Time management, also super important. So there's a lot that is going to be going on during this time. Your classes, your extracurricular activities that we talked about. If you have to work, family expectations, having some type of social life with friends, that's still going to be important. Taking care of yourself, eating healthy, being able to work out, all of those things. Actually sleeping is also very important. So how do you do all of that? That's going to be different depending on each person. Each person's going to manage their time a little bit differently depending on what they have on their plate. But having a way to manage your time so it doesn't manage you is going to be extremely important. And support. So it's very important that you have support around you, because ultimately this is not something that's good to do in isolation. While we are all kind of at home, specifically during this COVID time, we're not able to do an in-person orientation. That does not mean that we are not here for you. Our office and pre-health and pre-law and all of the other offices on campus are typically just a phone call or an email away. I know that our office in particular is doing phone appointments. You can email us at any time. We're still trying to offer as many virtual webinars and workshops as possible. So know that we are still here to support you. Additionally, having friends and family around you is extremely important as well, because sometimes it's not the academic advice and support that we can provide, but sometimes it's just that shoulder to cry on or that friend to vent to about how difficult your biochemistry class is. But whatever it is, don't forget that you're not alone and that you have people that are here for you. So how can we and pre-health and pre-law advising help you during this process? So this is kind of going to list out our advising services, and know that some of these things may be a little bit different due to COVID, and I'll address those as we go through. So advising appointments, we are still offering these. Normally we offer them in person every day of the week, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. You will have to make those appointments in advance by calling our office. And we also typically offer walk-ins appointments, which are kind of typically an hour a day where you don't have to have a scheduled appointment, but you do have to come and put your name on a walk-in list. And we'll take typically a couple of those depending on how long we have during the day for them. So during COVID, we are still doing phone appointments. Or we're doing appointments, but we're doing them by phone. We're not doing them in person. So to make an appointment, you can call our front desk. The number will be at the end of this PowerPoint, or you can go online and find our phone number there as well. We are not doing walk-ins, unfortunately. It's kind of hard to do virtual walk-ins, but we have added lots of appointment slots to our calendar. So feel free to give us a call. Once we are able to be back on campus, then we will resume doing our in-person appointments, and all that information will be up to date on our website. We also have web courses that we offer. So once you attend an appointment in our office, we will enroll you in a web course related to your profession. So for medical school, we have one. For dental school, et cetera, we have one. And those have additional resources for you to kind of help you track your extracurricular activities and how you're doing when it comes to being competitive throughout the process. So that's a pretty cool additional feature. And for those of you that need to take the MCAT in the future, we also have a content outline that helps you really get familiar with the MCAT topics and definitions for that test. So that's something we have. We have workshops and webinars every semester, typically in the spring and the fall. We are not doing too many over the summer, but during the spring and the fall, we do have workshops. Workshops are typically in person, and our webinars are typically online, provided, again, we all get back on campus. If we're not back on campus, then we will move forward with doing our workshops online. And we also typically offer practice tests. So MCAT, DAT, PCAT, OAT, GRE, and that kind of covers most of the health professions. So these are all typically offered in person. It is pretty difficult to get these, to host these or proctor these online for us. So this is starting again in fall 2019. That was kind of when we reintroduced these to our office, but these are on hold. We're hoping to start them again in the fall of 2020. Additionally, we do have health professional schools that visit UCF. This can be medical schools, dental schools, et cetera. We typically have several throughout each semester. During the summer, we might have a couple. If we do, they will be online and we will send out notifications via email. So that's another reason why it's good to get on our email list by registering on our website. But we'll definitely have these pick up again in the fall. Hopefully they'll be able to be back in person at that point. Whenever it's time for you to apply to your programs in the future, whether it's medical school or dental school, we offer our letters packet service, which is a service where we will package up your letters for you and upload them to your medical school or your dental school application. Unfortunately, this is the first year where we're not able to offer podiatry school letters packet service, so we do need to remove that for the future. Currently, the service is available for medical school and dental school applicants during their application cycle. Also during the application cycle, so this might be a little bit forward thinking, but it's still good for you to know about, we offer personal statement reviewing. So you will have to write a personal statement for your application, and we are happy to review those for you, and mock interviews. So once you get an interview at your dream school, we will host a mock interview with you where you will treat it like the real one, get dressed up, business professional. We'll tailor our interview as much as possible to the school that you have your interview at, and then we'll spend time giving you feedback. So that's another great service that we offer. And then we also have a library of several books, whether it's MCAT, GRE, PCAT, PrEP, that would be helpful for you. Those will be available once our office is back open. But in general, this is kind of an encompassing list of the many services that our office can offer you. And we kind of wanted to end you with this PowerPoint, or kind of leave you with this. This is a very cool collage of many of the schools that our students have gotten accepted to. So you see a lot of the Florida schools on here: FSU, FIU, FAU, UCF, UF. So Florida is definitely very well represented, but there's a lot of other schools on here as well. So Harvard, UNC, University of Miami, Boston University, Baylor University, Rutgers. So there's our students have gotten in at a lot of places, and we hope that this is going to be you one day in the future, and it's our job to help you get there. So thank you so much for listening to our presentation. We very much hope it was helpful to you. This is our office's contact information. Our phone number is still accepting calls, so you can call this number to schedule an appointment, or you can email our office at phpladvising.ucf@ucf.edu. And from there, if you have questions, it will get forwarded to an advisor, and we are happy to help you. There is several advisors in our office. Our director is Dr. Mazowski, and then our advising team is Kimberly Finley, Sean Treese, Riley Stanford, Brittany Canine, Courtney Martinez, which is myself, and our graduate advisor, which is actually no longer Alex, it is Alexa, but that's our advising team. We thank you again so much, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.